Hey guys, how's it going? I don't really have anything planned to talk to you about. I've got things on my mind, but it feels like it's been too long since I made a vlog channel video. I thought that I was going to be making more of them as I kind of moved the main channel back to more kind of strictly comedy stuff. And then part of it was that I would be making, possibly edited stuff on here that was just kind of more of a serious or ranty or whatever sort of note. The result instead has been a little bit different, because my apartment invariably becomes a big mess, and then I get to the point where I'm like, I don't want to pick stuff up just to make a video. I should just go over there and record a vlog, but anyway, so I felt like every so often you just sort of get that itch where you're like, I need to, I don't know, I haven't made a video in a while. It's like when you're like, I haven't had Italian food in forever. Forever for me is like 3 days. It's been more than 3 days since I made a vlog. So that itch is there, and I'm like, I gotta make something. It's been an interesting 2 weeks for me because last week I was doing a ton of traveling. I was at Buffer Festival weekend, that prior weekend. Then that week on Thursday, I had a day trip out to Chicago and back from Chicago the same day, which was, just kind of crazy. And it was one of those weird days where it's, the flight out and the flight back were so uncomfortable. Part of that is I was flying economy in Delta, which is never a good thing to do. And so the flights were just so awkward. And the thing that confuses me is that it's very clear there's not enough space for people, but there are people who will sit next to you and they immediately sit down and they plop their arms on the armrest. And the armrest is like this thin. And I'm a larger guy and I'm trying to avoid this person. So basically I end up, and I always get a window seat so I'm not leaning out into the aisle and getting in the way of the flight attendants. But so I end up just kind of hunched into the window, and then I discover, like, there's no way for me to move my arm without disrupting this person. And I don't know. And like halfway through the flight, I just want to turn and be like, okay, it's my turn for the armrest now. And then I was like, I'm sitting up straight. It'll be great. But anyway, I digress. The interesting thing for me is that the beginning of the day was just so rough because I wasn't able to get much sleep because I never sleep well before I travel. And then just that really uncomfortable flight. And then the time in Chicago, which is for a very short time, I was giving a talk with my boss, actually, for work stuff, and that went very, very, very well. And it was a great day, and then the flight back was so miserable as well. So I'm like, this is so weird that it's a wonderful day sandwiched by two just like of the most uncomfortable places that I could possibly be. Which is why a lot of the times when I'm flying, personally, it's gonna sound bad, but I will fly first class simply just because, like, I don't want to, because you get like this and then it, like, takes you a day or two to recover from just the soreness of sitting like this the whole time. Plus, I'm sitting here and scrunched up like this, and all I can think about is, like, the person next to me should have more space. If I were a smaller person, this person might be comfortable. I'm a terrible person. So it's not only just like feeling miserable, but also feeling guilt for making other people miserable. I'm checking the time. This is one of the nice things about recording a vlog now, is that I can actually see the time code while I'm recording, which is pretty fun. But anyway, so that was a crazy week. This has been also a crazy week because I've had a lot of stuff to get done. I'm working on a video that's a little bit bigger, and I was trying to shoot for Wednesday, and there was no way. Just because the work stuff is pretty critical right now, and I was thinking, okay, well, I'll push it to Friday. I think I'm probably pushing it out until Monday now. Maybe I shouldn't say it. Maybe I'll get close to done and be like, no, this is a terrible idea, and just scrap it. But when I do things like that, the problem is that, like, there's a particular point in time where I have to make a call. I have to say, okay, I either can keep working on this in the hopes that I can get it out in time, or I have to stop working on this early so that I have time to work on another video. Because I'm still... Hold on to that thought. I'm taking a side tangent. I have this weird... I kept up with every video on time, but 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, literally every time for a whole year. And now this is the second year, and I feel like I ought to be able to cut myself some slack. But at the same time, there's that feeling of like, what if I do, then am I just going to start dropping videos right and left? And so I'm at that point where I'm still like holding myself accountable to that schedule, but I don't want to just say it out loud that I'm forcing myself to stick to that schedule. And it's weird because I think about like the stuff I put in my videos, and it's almost like once I say it, it's canon. And it's also, as a additional side note, I get to the point where I look at, I actually have like notes on what is actually canon on my main channel, which is just the nerdiest thing. But when you deal with time travel plots, it kind of becomes a little bit necessary. Oh, man. Yeah, so, yeah, getting to the point where we have to decide whether or not to make a new video. And, so I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I can't get this done. I need to scrap and start a new video. And then when you do that, you're sitting there and you're like, but I want to work on the thing I'm excited about. And I had a few ideas of what to do, but I wasn't particularly fond of them. What I discovered about myself is that I absolutely hate making videos as kind of a default state. And then as soon as I have an idea that I think will work and I'm excited to make happen, I'm excited to see what it will look like, it's the most amazing, exciting thing. And the only other time I've really experienced this is with theater stuff, because I used to do tons and tons of theater stuff, and I used to try and make sure that I would overlap productions. So usually, by the time we were finishing out performances, I was already in rehearsal for another show when I did a lot of community theater stuff. But I discovered that if there was ever kind of a lull, I'd sit there and be like, oh my gosh, I have so much time. This is amazing. I love not doing shows. And it could take a long time for me to be like, well, why would I even do this? And then you get into the show and you're like, I love this. This is my life now. So it is sort of that way with video making. Is that if I have an idea, I'm like, well, I could do that and I could make that work. But it's not something I'm fully invested in. I'm like, I hate just having the responsibility, because it does. It feels like an obligation. And I make it an obligation. That's something I'm putting on myself. And the result is that on occasion when I have an idea that I'm like, this is cool, I get to do that. And that's the most amazing feeling in the world. So, yeah, I'm getting on 8 minutes. So I think I should probably end it there. There was one more thing I wanted to talk about with you guys. I feel like we haven't gotten to chat in a while. Oh, what was it? It was something big. Oh, I want to stop lying to myself and to you guys. I want to be big on YouTube. I want to be successful. And yeah, I mean, it's easy to just say, like, I want to make the stuff that I want to make, and I make things for myself, for my own satisfaction. Yes, and if that weren't a factor, I wouldn't make videos at all. But I want to be successful, and so it is frustrating when I look at the numbers and stuff, and they're not performing as well. So I am looking at that and trying to figure out what it is that I can make, what changes I can make to my channel to try and make it a little bit more, give it a little bit more mass appeal, try and get some of the subscribers that aren't watching to watch stuff again. Because right now we're about 1/6 of the subscribers watching stuff. But I just figured I would say that because. It's something that I've tried really hard not to vocalize to myself, and eventually I just said, who am I kidding? And now that I've said it in video form, it's canon. That's all for me. Let me know how you guys are doing. I feel like I don't interact with you guys as much as I should, because I don't have a justification. I need to spend more time kind of interacting in comments, and I'm trying to do better. But let me know how you guys are doing and what's going on in your lives, because I do feel kind of out of touch at the moment. Part of that is just having taken the time off and then being so busy these past few weeks. But I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.